The following is an exclusive presentation of WI Garden Media, the voice of Garden Talk Radio. Coming up on the program today, it's about starting seeds indoors. We'll offer you tips and techniques so you can be successful, as well as growing cool season crops, which you may want to grow and avoid. Our guest is author Jessica Walliser, and all of this starts next.
You are listening to the most informationally packed hour of garden-focused radio in the country and on the internet with your host, husband and wife team Joey and Holly Baird. This is the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show.
Welcome to the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show. I am your host, Joey Baird. Beside me is my wife, co-host, best friend, and gardening partner,
Holly Baird.
This program is for you, about you, to help your garden grow better, to maintain your landscape, grow healthier trees, make your grass look greener, as well as preserving what you grow. We are happy that you've decided to take the next hour to join us on the program, whether you're listening to us on one of the 18 AM and FM frequencies broadcasting our program here in 2022, a radio app, the TuneIn app, simple radio app, through our parent website, the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com, under the Season 5 tab, in-studio video replay, or podcast. We appreciate you taking time to be with us. If you want to be part of the show, and a participation is always welcome, you can do such by emailing us at gardentalkradio@gmail.com. That's gardentalkradio@gmail.com, or you can give us a call on the Proclamation Hotline, brought to you by Proclamation Goods. That number is 1-800-927-SHOW, 1-800-927-7469.
Proclamation Goods creates cookware for the eco-conscious home chef. Their pans are non-toxic, have a lifetime warranty, and are made in Wisconsin. Their award-winning stainless steel Proclamation Duo cookware set is a 12-inch skillet and a stock pot that doubles as a wok. Best of all, the skillet and stock pot hinge together to form a Dutch oven. It's 2 pans with the versatility of 10, empowering you to cook more with less. If you care about your health and strive for a more sustainable lifestyle, then Proclamation's Goods is for you. Supply is limited, so order yours now at proclamationgoods.com.
Proclamationgoods.com. Now, again, that number, if you want to call, you can, and we can't get to you during the show, leave a message. That number is 1-800-927-SHOW, 1-800-927-7469. Well, let's get into the program, and our first topic of discussion is going to be starting seeds indoors, Holly. And this segment is a special segment because it's sponsored by Happy Leaf LED.
Yes, Happy Leaf LED is probably made in the USA, a grow light for beginners or advanced indoor gardeners. They have a universal LED recipe. That means you just turn it on and watch your leafy greens, herbs, vegetables, any plant really grow and thrive. It's the anywhere, anytime garden. A professional grade grow light with a home gardener's affordability. No fans, motors, just plug in and grow. You can find out more by going to happyleafled.com.
And if you want to save a little moolah, you can use coupon code JOEYHOLLY at checkout, and you'll get 10% off your order of $90 or more, first-time customers for that. So you can get a little knocked off. And we'll talk more about Happy Leaf here in a moment. Now, many people, as we did a couple of videos a while back, not too many weeks ago, but we told people in our video that we would advise them, if you've never started seeds or you don't start many seeds, this might be the year you want to start as many seeds as possible. And why is that?
Well, we have overall supply chain issues.
We've got a lot of problems besides that, but we don't have, this is only an hour show.
Right. Also, fuel prices, blah, 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 right? The labor shortage and everything else.
And prices were high last year at the garden center for certain items.
Absolutely. So we are advising people to think about starting plants, their seedlings indoors because of this, which means that possibly your seedlings at the garden center could go up in price quite a bit.
Last year, 4-inch pot, 4-inch tomato, pepper, romaine lettuce was $5.49, and I believe that was up almost a full. This is not across the board. This is one particular independent garden center was up about $1 from the previous year, Because I remember at some point they were like 3.5, and then now they're at 5.5. And figure this year we're probably talking 6.5 to 7 a plant. And they sell out every year. So, but you can start a lot of romaine lettuce plants for $7.50.
Exactly, and that's just it. You have to consider the return on your investment too, right? So maybe you don't start seeds every year, and you do rely on the garden center, and you're okay with that.
That's fine.
You're okay with the price. But maybe you're like, well, this is going to be my first year trying this. I'm just going to see how it goes, and you decide to start your own seeds, and that becomes a thing for you. Whatever works for you, definitely go with that. But speaking of that,
seeds.
Seeds. One thing we want to talk about is how there are a lot of fake seeds or pie in the sky idea of seeds being sold on the internet.
Scam seeds. You can go on Marketplace Facebook. You can go on Etsy. You can go on Amazon, and it won't take eBay, and it won't take you long to find quote unquote rare, very few seeds, rare seeds. Rainbow this, rainbow that, black rose this. Here's the deal, folks. If you can take, let's say it's rainbow strawberries, and there's pictures of rainbow strawberries. There's blue, red, yellow, orange, all these colors, and that people are trying to sell these. And you type in rainbow strawberries, and the top seed companies in the country, Jung Seeds, and name the top ones that you get them from. If they don't have that seed, and some of these companies have crazy cool seeds, they don't exist. Watermelon that is green on the inside, watermelon that's purple on the inside, they don't exist. What the theory was a couple of years ago was that these are fly-by-night companies, most likely not in the U.S. I saw one the other day, black roses, rare seeds. Get them now. There is no such thing in nature or in captivity of a black rose. The only type of black rose is a dead rose that's been painted.
Well, typically it's something that the flower industry will spray paint or whatever.
But
they do.
They've got roses, rainbow roses, all these. What the theory was a couple of years ago, and I don't see that it would have changed, is these people are most likely not in the United States, and you say, I want to buy this, and they'll ship it right away because you see the reviews, shipped great, quick. They've gotten your information, and some people believe that is part of identity theft. Is they'll get your information and your credit card.
It's just a quick scam.
Oh yeah,
and they just want to make some money.
People get these seeds analyzed, and they're rocks, they're sand, they're not really seeds. So
beads.
Get it from a reputable seed company, your garden center, Jung Seeds, somebody that actually has a call center or a customer service line. And it's not somebody that's in a garage that won't exist tomorrow afternoon.
Another thing we had noticed is that when you click on the reviews, it doesn't go anywhere.
Correct.
So it's like, here's this seed has 5 stars or 4.5 stars, and then you click on the little review link and it doesn't go anywhere. So you can just be smart about what you're buying. So
I'll just talk about lights.
Right. So lights.
You don't have to have lights.
No, we grew for many years on out of a west facing window. We would rotate the plants and they did just fine. But as we mentioned, the Happy Leaf LED is a great light source.
If you want good seeds, if you want good starts, you got to invest some money. You can get the El Cheapo tube lights at the garden center that only gives a fraction of what the seeds are requiring, or you can get the Happy Leaf, invest, and the lights will be good for decades. We've had ours for almost 10 years and haven't had a problem with it. Don't take our word for it. You can go online, look at all the Happy Leaf LED videos. A lot of good stuff there. Should we put potting soil or compost as a seed starting mix, or does it matter?
I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but we've done both. Right. And especially if you've ever, maybe you purchase compost from in a large quantity and you bag some up and you keep it for seed starting the following spring, that's an option for you. If you're gonna have a cubic yard or however many delivered, you might as well use that compost. And
you don't necessarily need a heating mat. If you're growing these indoors in your home in a normal house that's 68, let's say 75 degrees, they're going to germinate just fine. Expanding peat pellets. These are a convenience, but they're not great.
They're convenient, they're cute, they're fun. Kids love them because they're magical.
They're a pellet of peat moss that is in a netting that, when it's hydrated, expands to the size that you purchase. There's multiple different sizes in which you can get.
Right. So they're fun because they expand. So what you want to keep in mind, though, is that that's just literally peat moss in this little expandable netting.
No nutrients.
No nutrients. So after a while, you are going to want to fertilize, typically with liquid fertilizer. But it's something to keep in mind. Then also that netting is supposedly biodegradable, but we've pulled it out of the soil with tomato roots growing through it.
Yeah, they don't say what decade.
Yeah, they don't
biodegrade.
say exactly. So you want to keep in mind that when you do plant those, you want to remove that netting.
Right. And a quarter of the strength of what the liquid fertilizer says on the back of the bottle. And you'd want to start feeding those plants, or compost tea, about 4 weeks after you've planted them. They've germinated. They've used all the energy up from the seed coat. Then you want to start feeding them. Or you can take the netting off and transplant them into a root maker cell and fill it with potting soil or compost until it's time to take them outside.
Now, if it gets your kids excited to start seeds, then by all means.
Well, it's a great way to
those.
start the seed.
Yeah.
It's just not a great way to sustain the seedling until it's time for that 6, 8, 12 weeks.
Just definitely things to think about. The other thing to think about is the smaller the container, the more you have to water.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have something that you are planting in that is the size of a peat pellet or a peat pellet, you will have to water that more frequently because it will dry out more frequently.
And you want to start your seeds according to the recommended time frame on the back of the package, or many sources online based on your growing zone. You don't want to start tomatoes in February if you're not going to put them out until late May or early June. Tomatoes, 6 to 8 weeks before your last average frost date. Lettuce is 4 weeks. Onions, peppers, leeks are between 9 and 12 weeks. There are a lot of good charts, but you want to look for the chart that corresponds with the geographical area and the growing zone in which you are in, because you don't want to get a growing chart from Alabama when you live in North Dakota. Doesn't work out so well. So typically your local university extension office has those available, or you just search your zip code and a growing zone for your zip code or seed starting, and you'll find a lot of that online very easily. And when you water, let's talk about watering. You've got your seeds, you're watering. This is applicable only for if you're not using the peat pellets. You've got an 18-cell tray, a 32-cell tray, 72, whatever you may have. You start your seeds. You have your compost, your potting soil in the thing. You start your seeds, and then you water them from the bottom. Capillary action will allow the cells to hydrate. You're in a 10 by 20 flat. That container is waterproof, so it holds the water. Once the moisture has been sucked up into the cells, you drain off the excess water, so you're not allowing those seeds or soil to be in a bog. In order to reduce the amount of watering one may need to do, it all depends on the humidity in your home. Drier air will suck a lot of moisture out of your seedling cells. But what we found was if you take a paper towel and make a complete covering over top of your seed starting cells, and then water from the top and let it percolate through the paper towels, after the water has percolated through in about 2 days, it kind of creates a crust or a mulch, and it actually reduces the amount of watering you have to do by quite a lot, and actually may save your seedlings prior to germination because you may have forgot to water. And once they begin to germinate, you want to remove that paper towel.
But it is handy for the mulch aspect, the watering aspect. And also, if you are a heavy waterer, that paper towel helps prevent you from watering too much and moving the seeds around, or who knows what else.
Well, and we hope that has helped. If you do need specific questions answered in regards to what you need to do in your growing situation, Garden Talk Radio at gmail.com. We can get you the answer to your situation. Talking about another situation, Holly, whether you are a fisherman, fishing person, a hunter, a homesteader, or you want some very good seasonings for what you're cooking in your kitchen, Walton's can provide all of that for you, and they have a discount, and we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, we are brought to you today by our sponsor, Walton's Inc. Listen, we know you care about where your food comes from. Canning and preserving your fruits and vegetables is great, but what about the meat? At Walton's, you can get all the equipment, seasoning, supplies to make sausage, jerky, and even snack sticks that people will like. They have the website meatgistics.com to help educate on the hows and whys of meat processing, and a community of almost 15,000 users to help give their opinion and guidance on meat processing issues. They also have all of the grinders, mixers, sausage stuffers to help you go from animal to edible. Walton's is everything but the meat. You can use your code GROW22 to save 10% off orders of 50 or more and get free shipping. That's waltonsinc.com, code GROW22.
Absolutely, and they have great seasonings and for your meat and what you are cooking in your kitchen. Hey there, gardeners. Thanks for checking out this segment of the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show. If you like what you've seen, you can search through the channel and find full in-studio videos of the entire show. If you want to go another route, you can search for it on your favorite podcast platform by searching the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener radio show or the Gardening with Joey and Holly radio show, and you can download it and take it with you. You can check out all past seasons at our website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com, under the radio tabs at the top of the page. We thank you for joining us. We hope you've learned and enjoyed the show, the segment, and we'll see you next time.